Awesome. Welcome, everyone. My name is Rebecca from Raising a Reader, and I am so excited to share information about Raising a Reader with you this afternoon. So it's so good to meet you. Thank you for taking the time to learn more about us. Raising Reader is a national family engagement and early literacy organization, and we support families and inspire the development of literacy skills and a lifelong love of reading. We truly believe that every child deserves the opportunity to thrive in life, and we truly believe that by helping to strengthen and nurture families, that will result in helping children, helping families close that opportunity gap. We were founded in 1999, so we're entering our 27th year in 2026, and we were founded right there, in Silicon Valley, based on the literacy crisis that was permeating the United States back in 1999, that continues to be here today. We still have this literacy crisis. In fact, you might say the literacy crisis is more dire today than ever. These are some of the stats of why we were founded, that there are racial inequities that are deeply rooted in our education systems. We know that over half of our families living in poverty don't have access to high quality or even appropriate children's books. We're leaving about 60% of our kiddos behind because about 35 to 40% of our kiddos in third and fourth grade are at reading level. So that means we're leaving half of our kiddos behind in fourth grade and beyond. And we know that reading and underachievement by fourth grade equals long-term academic failure. So there's a lot of reasons to draw our attention on the literacy crisis here and now. As I mentioned, the third grade reading is so important, but it has a lot of implications for our kiddos. So, kiddos at just 8 and 9 years old, their ability to be a skilled reader, it affects things like their graduation rates, their lifelong earning potential, and their ability to contribute to the nation's economy. And I think of looking at a classroom of third and fourth graders, and a lot of their lives are dependent on what they're doing in those very grades. And then, of course, our NAEP scores. In 2024, about 40% of fourth graders and 33% of eighth graders scored below basic. So I think, as you can see, there is a lot we need to do, and it starts in the home, and it starts with programs like Raising a Reader, setting the foundation for early literacy development and a lifelong love of reading. So, what we do here at Raising a Reader to help close these gaps that we just talked about is that number one, we want to help families develop home-based literacy routines. We want to strengthen family engagement because we know when families are engaged, that's one of the best predictors of a child's academic, social, emotional, and lifelong success. We want to make sure we're expanding access to families to have high quality, multicultural children's books that are also available in their home languages. We know that through our programs, we're increasing early reading behaviors and motivation. In fact, on our last home survey, 94% of the families that were surveyed reported increases in their child's motivation to read, in their interest in reading, and their interest in school. We deliver these programs through turnkey, scalable programming that are easy to implement and also aligned with sustainable funding streams. And we want to create a long-term impact. In fact, I just met a former Raising a Reader mother last month. I was at a conference, and this mom said, I had this program 15 years ago with my child, and don't you know, she graduated college, and I remember the red book bag. So we want to create that lifelong lasting impact for our families and our kiddos. One thing that might have attracted you to Raising a Reader is that we're evidence informed and evidence based. We have, for our classic Red Book Bag program, which is our flagship program, we have over 40 independent evaluations. And there's 5 themes of those evaluations. One, we know we're increasing access to books in the home. Through our programs, children are either being exposed to over 100 books per cycle, or they're owning books of their very own, sometimes for the very first time. We're increasing the frequency and duration of shared reading times. So, because of Raising a Reader, our families are reading longer for more periods of time. And in tomorrow's webinar that I just talked about, we're going to look at that evaluation. In fact, the latest evaluation said before Raising a Reader, our families were reading 52 minutes a week on average. After Raising a Reader, 121 minutes per week. It almost doubled for those families that participated in Raising a Reader last year. We know that all of those time spent reading is also equaling improved early literacy skills and improved vocabulary gains. All of those words said in those 120 minutes per week in those families are going into our kids' brain banks. They're expanding their words, they're expanding their vocabulary through the simple and just very strong act of sharing books together. This is us by the numbers, a quick snapshot. We work with over 300 organizations across 34 states and 3,000 sites. We have across those sites are about 150,000 kiddos on any given year. And with those organizations, they tend to be with us for a long time. 7 years is the average tenure for some of our programs, although many of our programs have been with us 20 years or more. And if you think about it, at this very moment, there's about 5 million books in homes across the United States. 5 million Raising a Reader books, and that's a pretty conservative number. So, a lot of people, when they think about Raising a Reader, they think about, okay, you guys are working with children ages 0 to 8, so you must be in school districts and Head Starts. And yes, we are. We're in a lot of school districts, Head Starts, preschool programs, but we're also in kind of the not as thought of sites such as libraries, home visiting programs, local community organizations. Maybe it's a WIC clinic or a food bank. Any organization that can serve children or families. Could be an adult workplace, could be a GED or an English learner program. Raising Reader has a place in all of these different settings. When we work with organizations such as yours, we truly want to partner with them to help build their capacity. And so we have a multifaceted way to help agencies build their capacity. Number one, when you join the Raising Reader Network, you are provided a program manager and an account manager. So these people walk hand in hand with you to one, design what your program is going to look like. So that's on the program manager team. That would be myself and my team, or an account manager. And that person's going to work with you on the logistics, making sure you have all of the materials you need that reflect the communities that you serve. And that's my colleague Josh and his team with Rosangela. You're provided those one-on-one support meetings, but you're also provided with training. And this training exists through our upcoming learning management system, where that's going to provide you with training, a resource library of tools, courses that are small, very small vignettes that will show you, hey, these are best practices with these different programs, best practices with family engagement, or providing families with information about shared reading. You're provided a suite of evaluation tools that are digital, that are easy to implement, and you can see the magnitude of outcomes that your programs are having year over year. Our LMS also includes fundraising support, marketing and media toolkits, branding toolkits, and of course, our research-based curriculum that we have had for over 26 years. So now I'd like to talk a little bit about these programs. We've talked about what we do and why we do it and who we do it with. And these are the actual programs that we have. So we have two umbrellas of programs. We have our flagship Classic Red Book Bag program that we've had for 27 years. And then we also have our newer home library programs. These programs can be implemented independently of one another. You can choose to do one of these, or you can double your impact and combine these programs to maximize your impact and the outcomes of your children and families. Every one of the partners that we work with chooses their own path to whatever outcomes that they want to have in their local communities. Our classic Red Book Bag program. In this program, we're helping families to build, practice, and grow their home-based literacy routines. Through our Train the Trainer model, caregivers and educators are receiving training in research-based best practices to build the habit of sharing books. We want to meet families where they are. We want families to know that you have everything it takes to help your children learn and grow and thrive. And no matter where you are on your own literacy journey, you can share books with your children. So we want to eliminate the should messages and show families the importance of sharing books with their kids and the how of sharing books with their kids that can start with something as simple as storytelling or talking to your kids over the illustrations of a book. Practice. This is where our red book bag is going home on a regular basis. It's usually a weekly basis, and it's filled with 3 to 4 high quality multicultural children's books. And we hear from families over and over again that when my child comes home with their red bag, we have to stop everything we're doing and we have to look at those books. The simple act of giving a child a red book bag on a regular basis is helping children build those routines. And when you couple that with that family-friendly education on being their child's most important teacher and those shared reading habits, we have the perfect recipe for families to build these habits on a regular basis. And then the grow part is where we connect families, we help you connect families with the local library so that families can sustain the behaviors that they have developed with you beyond the classroom doors, beyond the program doors, and they have this lifelong habit and this lifelong love of reading together. Now, on to our home library programs. First program that we have is the Family Shared Reading Program. And again, you can use this independently, or you can use this as a complement to the classic Red Book Bag program. And so what we do here is we're helping families develop shared reading routines and grow their home libraries, sometimes for the first time ever. So this program starts with a bilingual guide that helps families understand the importance of sharing books with their kids, some of the tenets of reading readiness, and we go through a series of 12 specific reading strategies that are often delivered over the course of 12 weeks or over the course of a session or two. It really depends on the organization and how they want to implement this program. This comes with 6 beautiful bilingual children's books, a reading journal, and crayons, all in a drawstring backpack. So kids can take these books anytime, anywhere, in the car, on the bus, to the doctor's office, and they really are proud of the books that they own for themselves. Then our Super Summer Learning Adventures program was developed in 2020, and this was in response to the need for learning recovery and the maintaining of skills over the summer. We wanted to go beyond the workbook, though, beyond that summer workbook, and really provide an enriching experience for families can do together. So there are 6 weeks of daily learning activities centered around early language and literacy development, science, technology, engineering, arts, mathematics, life skills, and social emotional development. So there are 8 tenets of the Super Summer program that are aligned to Common Core for those states and districts that need that alignment. This program comes with that bilingual family guide. It's beautiful, colorful, and really engaging for families and kiddos. A learning journal, crayons, math manipulatives, and magnetic letters and numbers. So it's everything you need in one cinched knapsack for families to learn and grow over the summer, or really anytime during the year, not just summer. The materials within our programs are very high quality, including the books. So the books are kind of the foundation of raising a reader, and we have over 200 books in our library. We have over 13 different languages, and in fact, we offer over 100 different types of book collections and configurations of different programs and products that we have. We want to make sure they're developmentally and age appropriately set to a specific setting or an age group. They're durable. So for our classic Red Book Bag program, these books last between 5 and 7 years. Sometimes even more when I go to sites and I see some books and bags that we've had for a number of years. And then for our home library programs, these are board books or paperback books that are going to last a long time in those homes. Some things that make Raising a Reader unique. There are a lot of early literacy programs out there. There are a lot of ways that you can get books in the home, but a lot of things that make us unique are how we work hand in hand, glove in glove with our partners to deliver high quality program support and capacity building. These are some of the types of agencies we work with. So, from National Head Start to school districts, libraries, national types of organizations, you can see that there's a wide breadth of individuals and organizations that we work with across the board. Something else that makes us unique is our alignment to public funding streams and sustainable funding streams. So while we do have grant funding toolkits and a lot of brand and communication and marketing tools that are available to you to do things like write grants, we want to make sure we align ourselves with sustainable funding like Title I, Title II, and Title III. ASES, literacy coaches, specific library funding, crowdsourcing, PTA funding, and others. And so, what your program manager and your account manager can do with you is help you understand what funding you might have and how your Raising Reader program would align to that funding that will be sustainable for years to come. Okay, I've said a lot in a little bit of time, so I just want to open it up. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
I have
Hi,
a
Marina.
question.
Yeah,
Me?
yes.
Okay. Um, I went to a conference before where Miss Mejia was presenting
Yay,
here
great.
in Riverside, and we were interested in the summer, the super summer, because we are year round.
Yeah,
And
great.
so how do we go about that? And the family shared 12 weeks. I was thinking of doing when we hit Literacy Month with our big Dr. Seuss night.
Yeah.
Who do I speak to? Who's our coordinator to put things in motion for Family Shared Week to do sessions with them
Mhm.
and super summer for our summer?
That's great. Well, you've come to the right place because
Perfect.
Josh will take care of you.
All right, Mr. Josh.
That's right. I'm here. I'm available anytime to help out. So if you're interested in getting some more info, I can send over a PDF of the Super Summer to you, so you can have that on hand. And then if
Perfect.
we can keep the conversation going from there.
Nice. Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
absolutely. So, and then once Josh helps you with the logistics and getting you what you need, you can come back, at any time on the program side and speak to Mirna, speak to myself. And if you want to explore, oh, okay, well, what do you guys think about for a family night or distribution? Or that will
Nice.
be, your program manager who could help. And really, anyone you contact, we're going to make sure you get the support you need and direct you to the best person.
I appreciate you guys.
Absolutely.
We appreciate you too, Marina.
Great. Well, thank you, Marina, for joining us this afternoon. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy workday. And if you need anything, so Josh is going to send you a follow-up from here and then
Yep.
let Mirna or myself know if you have any questions.
Thank
No
you,
problem.
guys.
Thank
Hey, thank you
you.
so much
Thanks,
for coming
Jess.
today.
Looking forward to your email.
Yeah, I'll send it over this afternoon to you.
Okay, thank you.
Have a
Thanks
good
a
Have a
lot.
good rest of
afternoon.
the day.
You
You
too.
too.
Thank
Bye.
you.